Hello, 6th graders. Welcome to Big Ideas Math, 7th grade math, section 2.1, Rational Numbers Activity. Pause while you write section 2.1 activity in your math notebook. Pause again while you write the activity objective in your math notebook. Today's activity objective is to use a number line to order rational numbers. Now you need to copy the following vocabulary words, definitions, and examples in your notebook. There are 3 of them: terminating decimal, repeating decimal, and rational number. Be sure you copy everything exactly as it appears on the screen. Today we'll be starting on page 25 in your record and practice journal, working on activity 1. A rational number is a number that can be written as a ratio of 2 integers. You should have written that definition in your math notebook yesterday, and there are some more examples of rational numbers for you. And for activity 1, we're going to be ordering rational numbers. It says work in groups of 5, and we'll be doing that in class tomorrow. But for this activity, we're going to do letter A so that you'll understand exactly what you'll be doing. So it says we're going to be ordering the numbers from least to greatest, and there will be a number line that has numbers like the ones that are shown on the number line here. And we're going to be working on the numbers that are in letter A here. In class, you'll be doing the other ones that appear in your book. So our job is to get these numbers from least to greatest and to put them in order on the number line. So if you look at the number line, you can see that they are all in decimal form. So since those are all in decimal form, it makes sense to put all of our numbers in our question in decimal form. Negative 0.5 is already in decimal form. 1.25 is already in decimal form. And 0.5 is already in decimal form. So we can go ahead and put those on our number line. So 0.5 is right here. 1.25 is halfway between 1 and 1.5. And negative 0.5 is right here. And we need to label 1.25 so that we can see it. So those 3 are already taken care of. Now we need to take the 2 remaining numbers and write them in decimal form so that we know where to put them on our number line. So negative 1/3, we're going to ignore the negative sign for a moment, and we're just going to take 1/3 and we're going to write that as a decimal. So in order to write it as a decimal, we take the top number and we divide it by the bottom number. So that means we need to make a decimal out of the number on the inside, the dividend. And we take 3 and we say, oh, it does not go into 1 at all, but it goes into 10. And it goes into 10 3 times, and 3 times 3 is 9. 10 minus 9 equals 1. And then we can put another 0 on the end here and bring that down. And we do the same thing. 3 goes into 10 3 times. 3 times 3 is 9. And we can see that it would just keep repeating. So we put our repeating bar on the top of that. So it's 0.33, and then we look back and we remember, oh, yes, that had a negative sign in front of it. So another name for negative 1/3 is negative 0.33. So on our number line, this would be between negative 0.25 and negative 0.50. So it would be around in here, negative 0.33. And then we do the same thing with 5/3. We take 5 and we divide it by 3. 3 goes into 5 one time. 3 times 1 is 3. 5 minus 3 is 2. We bring down that 0. 3 goes into 20 6 times. 3 times 6 is 18. 20 minus 18 is 2. And we can see that this is going to continue to repeat. And so we can round that off. It's negative, because it had a negative sign here, negative 1.6. And when we round that, it's going to round up to a 7 because of our rounding rules. So it's negative 1.67. Negative 1.67. So when we put that on our number line here, it's beyond the negative 1.5, but not as far as negative 1.75. So it's around in here, negative 1.67. So to write these, I want to put them all back into the original form that the book gave me. So I want to put them back in the question form. So to put them from least to greatest, negative 1.67 was negative 5/3. And then the second least was negative 0.5. And then our negative 1/3. And then 0.5, and finally 1.25. So in class, that's what we're going to be doing with the rest of these, is you're going to be working with a group and turning these into decimals, putting them on a number line, and then placing them in order from least to greatest. Your assignment for this lesson is to complete the What You Learned Before problems on page 42 in your textbook. They are also shown on the next 2 slides. Show your work in your notebook and enter your answers in your Big Ideas Math. Please remember, to earn credit for viewing this flipped lesson, you need to complete your exit slip back at the website. You also need to come to our next class prepared with the journal pages that we did during the flipped lesson or any other work that we did for the flipped lesson completed. You also need to be prepared with any work that was assigned in the flipped lesson completed, and be ready with any questions you have for your teacher, and as always, have a good attitude. We'll see you tomorrow in class. Remember, to earn credit for viewing this flipped lesson, you must complete your exit slip. You must come to our next class prepared with your journal pages or any other work that we did during the flipped lesson completed, and you need to be prepared with any work that was assigned during the flipped lesson completed. Be prepared with any questions you have about the content of the flipped lesson, and a good attitude. We'll see you in class tomorrow.